So thanks for bearing with us. Good morning and welcome to Dreamforce. Some of you may have had an earlier morning, so you've heard a couple sessions so far, but either way, we hope this is a great start to a great week for you guys. If you haven't been to Dreamforce before, it's such an exciting time, so we're thrilled that you're spending the first part of your morning with us, so thank you. What we're going to be covering today is reviving your cold leads through lead nurturing with Pardot B2B automation. So first things first, we're going to do just a couple of quick intros to Georgia. And I'm very excited that with me today, and who we're really featuring, is Mr. Tigh, who is the marketing director at Ellergren Real Estate out of New York City. When he's not busy being the director of marketing and making his business very successful, Tigh is also a motorcycle enthusiast, so he's way more interesting than I am. So we're going to let him do the majority of the talking here. But first, let's go ahead and talk about our agenda items just so you know what to expect. I'm going to set the stage first. We're going to talk briefly about what is Pardot and what is lead nurturing, just to get everybody on the same page. Then I'm going to pass things off to Tigh. Again, he's more of an interesting one. And he's going to talk about Ellergren's success story and how they have nurtured their cold leads to have a huge impact on their business. We do hope at the end to have a few minutes for Q&A if you'd like to ask any questions, start a discussion, or we're always happy to talk with you afterwards as well. So please come up and chat. So first things first. What is Pardot? Pardot is B2B marketing automation by and for Salesforce. And ultimately, as a marketer, what Pardot allows you to do is create more tailored and personalized connections and interactions with your prospects, fill and grow your pipe more, and ultimately empower your sales team to close more business. Now, just out of curiosity, who has heard of Pardot before or is using the tool? All right, I love these hands. This is great. Awesome. So you're probably familiar with what Pardot is. Now, in terms of lead nurturing, a quick overview. Whether you have been developing your own lead nurturing strategies for years, or if this is a new concept for you, I think we can probably agree that a marketer's job is never done when it comes to lead nurturing, because what this means is that you're constantly identifying your buyer's journey and life cycle in order to connect with the right people at the right time and with the right information. So that's exactly what Tigh has figured out how to do, how he's been leading his team successfully to do that. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and pass things over to Tigh, and he's going to share with us how they've seen this come to life at Ellergren.
Thanks, and good morning, everybody. So the four segments we came up with were as follows: awareness, follow-up, nurture, and re-engagement. And while this may seem intuitive to marketers, our salespeople were extremely resistant to letting go of anything that they thought or saw as their part of the business. So in the interest of transparency and communication, we had multiple focus groups and numerous training sessions to really educate our sales team on why we're using marketing automation. And this was absolutely essential to user adoption. In addition, what you guys are looking at is we built this drip campaign directory on the back end of our, what we like to call the Ellergren info base. It's sort of a learning management system that really outlines the how, what, and why of every single drip campaign. Everything is publicly available to the entire team, and we outline every single campaign criteria that would opt a prospect into the drip, details about the campaign, and then really the business goal that we're trying to achieve. So Engagement Studio uses 3 different methods to progress a prospect through an intuitive decision tree. There are actions, triggers, and rules. To the right of that, you can see one of the first campaigns we launched in Engagement Studio, specifically back in about April, I believe, that we've since funneled about 1,200 people through. That was a segment of our database that we didn't even touch before and they weren't added into Salesforce because no one really knew what to do with them. Hundreds of people had signed up on our website to view our content, but hadn't yet expressed buying interest or purchasing intent about a specific property, and nobody really knew what to do with them. So our solution was to put form handlers, Pardot form handlers, on every contact form on the website, set up autoresponders to sort of facilitate the re-engagement, and then hand them off, reassigning these prospects to the newly created inside sales team. whose job it was to glean a little bit more information about the client and then hand off warmer leads directly to our sales team to set up appointments. The colder leads were funneled into a 5-part branded drip campaign in the awareness stage, really pitching the value of who Elegant is as a company, how we operate, and the competitive advantage of working with us. So the goal of this campaign is to generate rapport and engagement and trust interaction with the brand. We began by building a dynamic list and then sending an email, reintroducing the prospect to our real estate search, which we feel is one of the main selling points about our website. You can see it's a very cool, dynamic email with a little bit about our product offering, and then the message itself is personalized either from the company or the inside salesperson. The second, we set up triggers and to listen to if an email is clicked or opened, which would result in adding to their card-out score. And then we sent a second email about a week later pitching the value of how Elegant can help in the process. We had created these, and our marketing team has created these great guides about the buying, the renting, and selling process that were only ever handed out previously as a piece of physical collateral. We now host these guides on our website, and this was the beginnings of how we started conceiving of an inbound marketing strategy. The links are tracked and have custom scoring metrics. In fact, they're, I believe, custom redirects that further segment our clientele into buying interest and engagement, and even put them into separate lists for future follow-up. Again, we have triggers to listen for opens and clicks, and then if you click on this little letter icon, you have robust email reporting stats at your fingertips. You can see the click-through rate, open rate, total send, how many people are in the campaign. The next email was a little bit more about our market expertise, and Elegant specializes in new construction in Manhattan. We've done quite a few deals in each of these different buildings, and we're kind of strategically positioned to help you out based on our intimate experience with this side of the market. The fourth email we sent, again, these are going out about a week. It's about 5 business days. This is really about who Elegant is as a company. Elegant's mission statement outlines our core values, our philosophy, and then some points about why working with us is totally different than working with anybody else, any other agency. Finally, the last step was a really data-driven approach. We had prepared a market report recently analyzing the price per square foot growth in Manhattan, broken down by neighborhood over the past 10 years. This is a really cool report. We're actually building this out into a much bigger inbound content piece, but it really kind of expresses our core values and our expertise in technology and how we can leverage that from a data analysis standpoint to help you as a consumer. The final step in this campaign was to set a rule to listen to see if the score was above or below a certain threshold. We siloed prospects who didn't engage with any of the emails, and we then reassigned prospects above a certain threshold back to inside sales for future follow-up. So hopefully by the end of this campaign, a prospect would have responded to an email or gone back to our website to engage with our content and search for properties and hopefully submit a contact form and convert. But if not, interact with the website enough that we can really tell the difference between an engaged and an unengaged consumer and find out buying criteria about them along the way. Within a week of launching this campaign, we had 5 apartment showings in the first week, 2 of which ultimately resulted in deals. You can see we closed on about a $5,700 rental and about a $30,000 commission on roughly $1 million sale. This was not bad for a week's work, especially considering that this segment of our database was completely untouched previously. We have been re-engaging and activating dormant leads ever since, and this is, again, only one of about, I think we have 13 different drip campaigns we're running right now for totally different business purposes. And the best part of it is that this is completely automated. So, thank you very much for listening to me and hearing my story. Really into this marketing automation stuff. I'd be happy to show anybody any of the campaigns that I'm currently running, how we've achieved a lot of success with them, or talk about what I see.